my name is Miss Elise, and I work for the Abilene Fire Department.
Hi, Miss Elise.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. Are you happy it's Friday?
Yeah.
And
it's summer, too.
And it's summer. Awesome. So we're here today. I teach kids about fire safety. That's my job. It's pretty cool. But we're here today to talk to you guys about what it is like to be a firefighter. Today is career day, which is really awesome. So, you have 4 firefighters in front of you. They work at Station 8, which is right down the street from here on Buffalo Gap Road. They work on C shift. There's 3 different shifts that firefighters work on in the city of Abilene. A shift, B shift, and C shift. And they all work 24 hours a day.
What?
Yeah. They work all day long and all night long. And then they get off for 2 days, and then they come back and do the same thing all over again. So they're here to talk to you about what they do every day at the station, what their chores are, what their gear looks like, and all the different jobs that they get to do being a firefighter. Do you guys think that's cool?
Yeah!
And then after they tell you a little bit about what they do, then you can ask them any questions you want, and then we'll go out and we'll check the fire engine out if you guys want to see the fire engine. Do you want to see the fire engine?
Yeah!
You don't want to see the fire engine. You don't want to go see it. It's not very exciting. We're excited.
Are you going to go inside it?
Maybe, if you're good. So that means you have to really listen. That means you have to really listen. If you have a question, raise your hand. When we ask questions, raise your hand, okay? Put your hands down for now, because we're not doing questions yet. All right. Are you guys ready? Who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thanks, Elise. I'm Captain Watts. I've been with the fire department since 1986. Anybody in here born before that? We got a few. I'm at the end of my career, and this young man over here, the big guy, he's just starting his career. Today's his second shift on. So we got the full beginning and after thumbnail, if you will, of the fire department. Yeah, like I said, I started in 1986. I worked out of this station several times. We kind of move around a little bit. And these 3 guys are normally there. I'm the captain at Station 3, which is over by McMurray, and I'm working an overtime shift today because one of our guys is on vacation. Okay, so we do get vacation time. Okay? And I think the school called and said that school's going to be starting next week. They'd made a mistake. Is anybody ready for school? No? They're not canceling summer? Okay, maybe it was the wrong number. I don't know. All right. Silly goose. That's right. Okay, so what's the number that you call whenever there's an emergency? 911. What was that number again? Repeat with me. 911. That's right. Whenever you have a fire, if somebody gets hurt and they need an ambulance, you call 911. Hold on. That's right. So if your grandma gets sick and she needs an ambulance, who do you call? 911. If your house catches on fire and you need a fire truck, who do you call? 911. If your doggy gets sick, who do you call? The vet, that's right. That's right. 911 is for people only, okay? All right. Well, I'm going to turn it over to our new guy because this is what we do. We throw him into the fire, okay? And he's going to explain to you what his morning is like every day when he comes to the fire station because we have Hold on. Okay, that was on the north side of town, so we don't have to go. Okay? The fire station is like our home. Okay? We come there and we live every third day we live there. We have 3 refrigerators for 3 shifts. We have a living area. We have an area where we can go sleep, where we can go like halfway through the shift, we can go to bed. And if we don't get any calls, well, we're good. Okay? So we have to clean up after ourselves. We do our own dishes. We do our own cooking because our mom doesn't come up there and make our beds for us. Okay? We got to do it ourselves. Except for one guy. His mom worked in dispatch, so he was like, my mom can come up here. So anyway, we're going to turn it over to Mr. Smith here and let him explain to you what his morning and his day has been like.
How are y'all kiddos doing? All right. Like Captain Watts said, I am the new guy. They call me the rookie. Yeah, I got a few tattoos on my arm. I know. How many of you have chores at home? Couple? Okay. So if you wanted to be in the fire service, you'd probably be a good rookie because I have a lot of chores, especially first thing in the morning. When I get to the station, I have to check my bottle. This is my bottle. You have to turn it on every morning. A little bell goes off that lets you know that there's air in your bottle. Okay. These bottles have a device on it that helps you know, all the other firefighters know that if I were to fall down in a fire and couldn't get up, or I hurt myself and couldn't get out of a situation, there's a alarm that'll go off. It'll go off here in a second. It's really loud, so get ready. But it lets them know that I need help, or I'm down. It's not really loud in here with all the kids, but everybody hear it?
Yeah,
It gets louder and louder.
You know somebody may be in trouble, so it's pretty loud.
So in the morning, you saw how the air pack was sitting on the ground, it was being still. That lets them know that I'm down, I can't move, so I'm in a bind. He just bled off the pressure. Other duties, we go through our trucks, we check our tools. We have some pretty cool tools on the truck. I check through our bags. We have medical bags, stuff for if you get a cut on your arm or if you're sick, really sick, that we go to a call. I check those, make sure those are good to go, and we have the supplies that we need. I also do some household chores. I attempted to cook breakfast this morning, had some help. We cook, we clean. How many of y'all clean the toilets at the house? That's good. That's good. Start
Future
young.
firefighters right there.
Start young. I started cleaning toilets 3 weeks ago. So like I said, we just have a lot of, household chores that we do because we do live there for 24 hours a day, every third day. I brought my gear. That way I can show y'all how we get into our gear if we get a fire or a car accident call. It's kind of hot when it's 100 degrees outside. It's kind of hot in a fire as well. So I'm going to put our gear on. If you 4, 5 right here could just scoot back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Scoot back just a little bit.
Also, we kind of like to joke around a little bit on the fire department. So one of his duties is putting up the flag in the morning and taking the flag down in the afternoon. And we older guys try to distract them to where they won't get it up in time, because if you don't get it up in time, you got to buy ice cream for everybody. And so whenever it comes time to do that, we'll go figure out something else for them to go do. And at about 8:30, hey, where's the flag at? Guess what? Your ice cream. So Anyway, it's all in good fun, and everybody likes to do it. He's going to show you how he puts it on his bunkers now. Whenever we put these on initially, we try to time them to where they'll do it in less than a minute. So, go ahead.
Okay, whenever we get a call, it doesn't matter what we're doing. If we just sat down to eat our lunch and we get a call, we have to leave the station in no more than 1 minute. So, say we get a fire, we're gonna throw our boots and our pants on, and then he's putting his suspenders on. He'll throw his hood on, and he'll throw his coat on. And then after he gets to that point, he'll hop on the engine, and we'll get seat belted in, and we'll start going to wherever we need to go. Usually it takes us, in our area, probably around 4 minutes or so from the time we leave, just average. So he's getting out his mask now. We'll have to wear this so we don't have to breathe that nasty, smoky air. So when he puts this on, he's going to sound a little different. So if we're crawling in your house, it's not going to sound like me talking. It's going to sound a lot different. So if you hear us hollering for you, what are you going to do? Are you going to hide, or are you going to yell, say, hey, I'm over here? Okay. Okay. And when we come in, we may be crawling on the ground, on the floor, because on the floor it's not as hot and it's not as smoky, so we can see better if we're on the floor crawling. And we may be feeling, because we can't see either, we may be feeling for somebody or looking for something. So y'all heard what he sounded like before, and now listen to what he sounds like now and see if you can understand him. Luke, I am your father. No? What about now? Can you hear me now? No? What about now? Can you hear me now? Okay, he sounds a little different, but it's still him in there. And so if you see him, don't run away from him, run to him, okay? You can tackle him or whatever you got to do, and you're not going to hurt him in this. It's tough stuff, okay? Questions? Yeah. Okay. Who has any questions? Any questions?
Is it lonely at the fire station?
Is it what? No, it's not lonely. We've got 4 guys there. It's not too lonely. People come by and see us.
What do you got?
When he talks with the mask on, he kind of sounds like Darth Vader.
He does sound like Darth Vader. All right, Darth Vader. Yeah, I know it's kind of scary. Well, a lot of our fires happen at night too. So a lot of our fires that we go to happen at night, and that's the main thing we're doing when we get there is we're going in to search for people. Okay, that's our primary focus. One of our call signs on the radio is an all clear. And the chief the command will ask, do you have an all clear? And if we have already searched the house, we'll go in and spend a couple of minutes. We get really good at it. And if we don't find anybody, then we'll have an all clear. And then after the fire's over, we'll go search again and we'll give him a secondary all clear. And that means that everybody got out of the house, okay? Because a lot of our fires happen at night, the dead of night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So, that's what it's going to look like. If you happen to get in that situation, get down on the floor, okay? Because the smoke is going to come from the top, and you'll still have good air down at the floor. All right, you got one? What happens if they hide? Boy, that's bad news. We don't like for them to hide, okay? Well, most of the time, people don't hide, but dogs and cats hide really good. They'll get under couches and that they're like your family, and it'll be after the fire, ladies and men will come up and they'll be crying, say my dog's in there. And we'll go in there and they'll be in the craziest places trying to get out of it, and we'll get them out. But yeah, people hiding is a bad thing. Yes, we can get a pictures here in a little bit, okay? What do you got?
My dog is really.
No stories, just questions, okay? All right, what do you got?
My dog, I'm gonna keep my dog outside.
There you go. Keep the dog outside of the house. The craziest place I found a dog. Well, I think they brought one in the other day that had crawled in a pipe, and they brought the dog to the fire station for them to pull out of the pipe.
I have a question for you guys. Can I ask you a question real quick? What do we do if our smoke detector goes off? What do we do? What do you think? Get down on the floor, right? No, you want to get down on the floor and you want to get out as fast as possible. So repeat after me right now. If our smoke detector goes off, we're going to get out. Get out. We're going to get. So what do we do? So what do we do if our smoke detector goes off? Get out. Get down and get out. Good. How many of you have smoke detectors in your house? Raise your hand. Ooh, pretty good. Okay, so listen up. This is really important. Listen up. If you don't have smoke detectors in your house, the Abilene Fire Department gives them out for free. That's how important they are to have, because they're the #1 tool that can save your life if there's a fire. So if you don't have any in your house, you make sure you tell your parents we need to get some. And if you can't afford them, we give them out for free. All they have to do is come by the station and we'll give them to them for free. Pretty cool, right?
We will come by and install them too.
Yes.
Because some people put them in the kitchen, right by the stove. And that's not a good spot. Okay, no, it's not. What you got? No, you don't want one in the kitchen. You want them near the bedroom areas, because that's where you're going to be whenever the smoke detector goes off, that you won't be able to see the fire. If you're in the kitchen, you'll be able to see the fire, okay? But what we're worried about is somebody sleeping at night. So having a hall, like if you got a hall where you got 2 or 3 bedrooms, have one right there, and that way it'll be right by where everybody's sleeping at. Okay,
Absolutely.
Don't put one in the kitchen, because you can just imagine, you know, what happens. They go off just a little bit.
Well, and if you're a cook like I am, they'd go off every single night.
Yeah.
So.
Because smoke detectors really like the smell of bacon, and they'll let everybody know that you're cooking bacon. So, what you got there?
We have 5 bedrooms.
You got 5 bedrooms?
Ooh.
Good. Now, well, you might need more than one smoke detector.
I think Miss Jasmine has a question
What you
over
got?
here.
I was just wondering what kind of schooling or education do you have to do?
Good question. Good question. The first thing you have to do is you got to finish high school, and you got to not stay in trouble very much. Okay? All right? But then when you get out of high school, you have to go to a firefighter school and get certified in the state of Texas. There's certification. It takes 6 months, 3 to 6 months, depending on which school you go to. There's some online classes that don't take as long. Then there's some on-site that take about 6 months. And then in Abilene, you also have to go and get your EMT basic. Okay? That's this blue patch here. Then once you're hired by Abilene right now, you'll have to go and get certified, get the red patch, which is a paramedic. Okay? But us old guys like Mr. Mykrantz over here and me, we didn't have to do that. Because back in our day, they didn't really look at paramedics too much. But these new guys are so smart. It's just ridiculous how much smarter they are than we were. Yeah, it's hard to believe, but, you know. Anyway, so
do you
that's the schooling.
guys want to go outside and check out the fire truck before?